The church holds 400 people. I count the pews. 20, each one filled with mourners in black, each one watching my casket. I am not in the casket. I am standing at the back of the church. My name is Sylvans. I am 63. According to the obituary, I died 3 days ago. Hey, our failure. Peaceful, surrounded by family. None of that is true. I am not dead. I am not peaceful, and my family is not surrounding me. My Shun stands at the altar. He is delivering my eulogy. His voice is smooth. His suit is expensive. His eye dry. My father was a difficult man. He says, he was demanding. He was stubborn. He was not always kind. The congregation shifts uncomfortably. But he was my father, and I loved him. He does not sound like he loved me. He sounds like he is performing. I watch him from the shadows. My hands are in my pockets. My cocar is turned up. My face is racially hidden. No one recognizes me. They think I am dead. They think I am in the box. The box is empty. Julian continues. My father had one final wish. He wanted to be buried next to my mother. He wanted his remains to rest beside hers. He pauses. He looks at the congregation. I could not grant that wish. Murmurs ripple through the crowd. My mother's grave is in a private cemetery. The plot is owned by the family. I was told that no one else could be interred there. His voice is steady. He is lying. My mother's grave is not in a private cemetery. It is in a public cemetery. The plot is mine. I bought it 40 years ago. Julian knows this. He is refusing my wish. I have arranged for my father to be cremated. He says his ashes will be scattered at sea. That is what he would have wanted. That is not what I wanted. I told him, in the hospital bed, with the machines beeping, with the doctors standing by. Julian, I said, bury me next to your mother. He said nothing. Julian, promise me. He walked to the window. He did not look at me. I will do what I think is best, he said. He never said yes. Now he is standing at my funeral. He is telling 400 people that I wanted to be scattered at sea. He is telling them a lie. I step forward and no one notices. I move through the shadows, along the wall, past the stained glass windows, past the mourners who are crying for a man who is not dead. I reach the front of the church. Julian is still speaking. My father was a man of few words. He was not affectionate. He was not ARM. But he provided for us. He gave us everything we needed. I stop behind the altar. The congregation sees me. A woman gasps. A man stands up. A child points. Julian turns around. He sees me. His face goes white. I say. His mouth opens. No sound comes out. Surprised to see me. You're dead, he whispers. No. I step onto the altar. I stand beside the casket. I put my hand on the polished wood. This casket is empty. The congregation erupts. Tio idiot. Guesso. Julian backs away from me. You can't be here. You are supposed to be dead. Your mother is supposed to be buried in a public cemetery. The plot is mine. You are lying. The doctor said I had 6 months. He didn't say I was dead. You decided to bury me. You decided to lie to everyone. Julian is sweating. Julian, I say, you refused my dying wish. You told my lawyers you would not bury me next to your mother. You told them you would scatter my ashes at sea. He shakes his head. I was trying to do what was best. Best for who? He does not answer. Best for you. Best for your career. Best for your image. Father, your mother loved me. I loved her. We were married for 35 years. She wanted to be buried with me, and I wanted to be buried with her. You knew that. Julian's hands are shaking. The plot is in a private cemetery. The rules are restrict. I was told. You were told nothing. There are no rules. The plot is mine. I bought it. I own it. You could have buried me there tomorrow. You chose not. The congregation is silent. 400 people watch us. Julian finds his voice. I am your son. I have power of attorney. I have the legal right to make these decisions. You have the legal right, I say. But you do not have the moral right. I am not going to be shamed by you. Not on your funeral day. This is not a funeral. This is a memorial. I am not dead. You will be soon. The words hang in the air. Julian realizes what he said. His face tightens. Julian, I say, you are a disappointment. He flinches. You are a disappointment as a son. You are a disappointment as a man. You have spent your entire life taking shortcuts, lying to people, and pretending to be someone you are not. I built a career. You built a career on my money. He stops. Everything you have. Every success, every promotion, every deal. It was all built on the foundation I gave you. And now you are refusing to honor my final wish. Julian is cornered. I will contest it, he says. I will hire lawyers. I will fight you in court. Then I will fight back. You don't have the money for that. Julian, I say, you have always underestimated me. Tichuchiwa fall. Eman steps forward from the congregation. He is tall, great. He wears a DRK suit and carries a leather folder. I recognize in Eddie Cross, my rival. My enemy. The man who built a competing company and tried to destroy mine for 20 years. Julian sees him. His face tightens. Cross, what are you doing here? Elliot does not answer. He walks to the altar. He stops beside me. Eter, he says. Elia, I received your letter. I thought you would. Julian is confused. Letter? What letter? Elliot opens the folder. He pulls out a single sheet of paper. This is a legal document, he says. It is a codicil to Arthur's will. It was executed 6 months ago. It specifically overrides any previous instructions regarding his burial. Julian grabs the paper, he reads it, his face goes pale. This says you are the executor. Yes, Elliot says. You are his enemy. He was never my enemy, we were competitors. There is a difference. Julian looks at me. You made him the executor of your will. Your worst enemy. No, I say. My best ally. Elliot steps forward. Your father and I have been working together for 3 years. Quietly. We sold our companies to the same holding group. We merged our portfolio. We stopped competing and started building something better. Julian is shaking his head. This is impossible. Your father wanted to create a legacy, Elliot says. A legacy that would outlast both of us. He asked me to help him. Julian looks at me. You trusted him. You never trusted me. Because you never gave me a reason to. Julian is breaking. You would rather give your legacy to your enemy than to your own son. Yes, the word is quiet. Elliot takes Julian's place at the podium. He faces the congregation. Ladies and gentlemen, he says, my name is Elliot Cross. I have known Arthur Vance for 30 years. We stayed as enemies. We ended as friends. The congregation listens. Arthur Vance was a man of integrity. He built a company from nothing. He raised a family. He faced challenges that would have broken lesser men. Julian is standing in the corner, his hands are clenched. Arthur asked me to speak today. He asked me to deliver the eulogy he deserved. Elliot pulls out a sheet of paper. Arthur wrote this himself. He begins to read Arthur Vance. I am not dead yet, but I will be soon. I wrote this because I want the world to know who I really am. The congregation is silent. I was a husband, a father, a businessman. I was not perfect. I made mistakes. I was too stubborn, too proud. Elliot pauses. But I loved my wife. I loved her more than anything. And I want to be buried beside her. That is my only wish. That is the only thing I ask of anyone. Julian steps forward to stop this. Elliot ignores him. My son Julian, refuse this wish. He told me he would not bury me next to my wife. He told me he would scatter my ashes at sea. Julian lunges. I step between them. Julian, he freezes. Sit down. I will not be humiliated. You will sit down. Or you will be escorted out of this church. Julian's eyes are rolled. He looks at the congregation. He looks at Elliot. He looks at me. He sits. Elliot continues reading. My son is a disappointment, not because he failed, but because he gave up. He stopped trying. He stopped seeing. He stopped being the man I raised him to be. Julian is crying. I forgive him. I do. But I cannot give him what he wants. I cannot reward him for refusing my final wish. Elliot folds the letter. That is the end of the eulogy. He says, the ceremony ends. 400 people file out of the church. They are silent, confused. They do not know what to think. I am still standing at the altar. Julian is in the corner. He is not crying anymore. He is furious. He says, what are you going to do now? I am going to be buried next to your mother. You are not dead. I will be. Soon. You can't be buried while you are alive. I can arrange for the plot. I can purchase the headstone. I can have my name engraved next to hers. When I die, I will be placed there. Julian laughs, hollow, broken. Then what was the point of all this? The memorial, the eulogy, the letter. Why did you fake your own funeral? I didn't fake it. I told you I was dying. You chose to plan my funeral before I was dead. You chose to lie about my wishes. I was trying to protect you. From what? Julian does not answer. I walk are the doors. Father, I stop. I will be at the cemetery tomorrow. At your mother's grave. You can join me if you want. You are asking me to watch you bury yourself. I am telling you that I am going to rest beside the woman I loved. Whether you help me or not. I walk out of the thegrae. The cemetery is quiet, the headstones are gray, the grass is green, the sky is blue. I stand at my wife's grave. Her name is engraved on the stone. Eleanor Vance, beloved wife, beloved mother. Rest in peace. I kneel down. I put my hand on the grass. I say, I am sorry. I am sorry I am not with you yet. I am sorry I raised a son who would not honor my wish. I am sorry I have to do this alone. Elliot Cross is standing behind me. He says, are you sure about this? Yes, I can call the funeral home. I can make the arrangements. I can. I will handle it. Elliot nods. Julian is standing at the gate. He is watching me. He does not move. I ignore him. I reach into my pocket. I pull out a small ball. It contains a lock of my wife's hair. I have kept it for 40 years. I will be with you soon. Julian walks forward. A fella. I do not. Father, I'm sorry. Julian is crying. Not performance. Father, I was wrong. Yes, I was angry. I was bitter. I thought you loved my mother more than you loved me. I did love her more. I say. She was my partner, my best friend, my everything. Julian's face falls. But I loved you too, I say. I just didn't know how to show it. You showed it by leaving everything to Elliot. No, I showed it by leaving you the business. Julian freezes. What's the codicil? The one I execute. It didn't give everything to Elliot. It gave everything to you. Elliot is just the executor. Julian's mouth opens. I only asked one thing in return. Bury me next to your mother. Julian's face is wet. Father, Elliot has the document. It's real. Everything I have, the businesses, the portfolio, the land, it all goes to you. Under one condition. Julian waits. Bury me next to your mother. He looks at the grave, at the headstone, at the empty plot beside her. I will, he says. Promise me. I promise. I walk to the gate. Julian is still standing at the grave. I do not turn back. SCVN. The cemetery gate swings shut behind me. Elliot is waiting by the road. Arthur. Elliot. Where are you going? I don't know. Elliot is quiet. The doctors gave me 6 months. I say. I am going to live them somewhere else. Not here, not in this city. Julian needs you. Julian needs to bury me. That's all. Elliot shakes his head. UASAOD. Arthur. You have always been AR. I walk to the CAR. Eddie calls out. What if Julian doesn't keep his promise? I stop. I turn. Then I will haunt him. Elliot laughs. A short laugh, surprised. I get into this CS. The cemetery is behind me. Julian is at his mother's grave. He is kneeling. He is crying. I do not watch. The road stretches ahead. I drive. The city fades. I do not look back.